Are electric dreams turning into a reality or a nightmare? Some of the biggest names in luxury cars are struggling to sell electric vehicles. We wonder what's holding them back. Will they find the missing spark for their electric dreams? Yes, we do have to accept that EVs are extremely difficult to sell nowadays. Lexus is decreasing pricing, Porsche is reducing output, and Mercedes sales are declining. There is only so long that these automakers can continue to lose money to appease governments concerned with net zero. They'll eventually have to admit the basic truth. Most consumers don't want the hassle of owning an electric vehicle. They simply want a car that accomplishes what they require without wondering about where its next charge of electricity will come from, how long it will take, or whether it will get them to their destination without constant concern as their range depletes quicker than the kilometers used. These brands are rapidly recognizing that no amount of government bribery or bullying will ever change that. First, let's look at Lexus, which is lowering the prices of its EVs. Great for the used market too, right? Lexus reduced EV prices by up to £7,000 to increase sales. Toyota's sibling company has substantially lowered the price of the UX300e EV, as well as the flagship RZ450e electric car, by £2,100. Some of the manufacturers' hybrid vehicles have also seen price drops. Lexus, a Japanese luxury automobile maker, has dramatically reduced the price of its electric and hybrid models this week in an effort to increase sales. With today's EV market supported by high fleet demand, many drivers are taking advantage of low-tax salary sacrifice schemes offered by their employers. Lexus has slashed its prices to increase appeal for private buyers. The biggest saving, in excess of £7,000, is on the company's smallest EV model, which seems eager to shift in great numbers. Lexus claimed that the price reduction was a benefit for customers. Chris Hayes, Lexus's director in the UK, said that customers had become accustomed to rising prices, so they were excited to be reversing the trend and offering significant reductions in ownership costs for their leading battery electric and plug-in hybrid cars. He assured that the increased rate came with no compromises. Customers could expect the same high standards of quality, reliability and customer service that had traditionally distinguished their brand in the luxury car industry. Well, this is the corporate world. They wouldn't be cutting prices if people were beating down the doors to buy the things. This is a lack of demand, plain and simple, combined with a need to shift cars to get some cash flow going. The same thing's playing out at Mercedes, where EV sales are a nightmare. Mercedes-Benz Group AG stepping away from ambitious electric vehicle targets as sales slump, forcing the luxury manufacturer to rely on tried-and-true combustion engines for the foreseeable future. Mercedes EV sales are declining, with EQs down more than 50%. Mercedes EVs had a disappointing second quarter, but plug-in hybrid sales increased 524%. Again, be wary of the percentages. They don't specify the base figures from which that ludicrous number's derived, but you can be sure that it's small. Mercedes has scaled back its plans for electric vehicles in favour of increasing investment in internal combustion engines. It looks like electric dreams might be put on hold for Mercedes. The latest sales figures just came in and things aren't exactly lighting up the EV world. The EQE and EQE SUV sales took a nosedive, down a whopping 47% compared to last year. Now, year-to-year sales aren't quite as bad, but that's mostly because the EQE SUV is a new addition. Scratch beneath the surface and it seems that sales are slowing down more than they appear. Even their CEO, Ola Källenius, is admitting things might not go as fast as they'd planned. He's apparently going to tell shareholders at a big meeting that the whole electric car switchover might take longer than expected. Remember how they were aiming to go all electric by the end of the decade? Well, Källenius is now saying they'll keep making gas-powered and hybrid cars well into the 2030s if demand exists. This shift in strategy is interesting, especially considering the big push for electric vehicles lately. It makes you wonder what's going on behind the scenes at Mercedes. The decision comes after Källenius received poor orders for its premium electric vehicles such as the EQs and EQE sedans, which were a crucial component of the company's aim to increase profitability through high-end sales. The company's first quarter margin fell to 9%, the lowest in more than 2 years and below its long-term average. In the 2 years since Källenius revealed the strategy to focus on high-end cars, with the hope of increasing Mercedes' valuation, the company's capitalization has barely changed. rising from 67.7 billion euros to 76.3 billion euros. Stifel analyst Daniel Schwartz believes it's still the best method for distinguishing Mercedes from competitors such as Tesla Inc. and BYD Co. Similarly, Porsche is having difficulty with its main boat anchor, the Taycan. Porsche Taycan production is being cut as the market for luxury EVs declines. The German brand's flagship electric vehicle isn't as popular as it once was, and production is going to be reduced as a result. The German automaker is reportedly reducing production of the Porsche Taycan, as demand for the model and the overall premium electric vehicle market weakens. According to the German publication Stuttgart Nachrichten, the Zuffenhausen facility, where the Porsche Taycan's made, will switch to a single-shift production schedule from its current two-shift routine. Is the luxury electric vehicle dream losing its charge and hitting the brakes? The situation in China, where Porsche reportedly faces friction with its dealers over slumping electric car sales, suggests a wider challenge. A dispute between Porsche and its Chinese dealers over EV sales may prompt European manufacturers to reconsider their strategy for remaining competitive in China. With declining electric car sales in the face of strong local competition, Chinese media has reported on a difficult relationship between the German manufacturer and squeezed dealerships. Porsche's Chinese deliveries fell 15% in 2023 and are expected to fall further this year, causing dealers to reduce their electric EVs to the point of losing money in order to achieve sales targets. According to reports, 3 dealers asked Porsche for the compensation for their losses in the form of subsidies for new inventory. Not only did the dealers not receive a favourable response, but Porsche China allegedly chose to stop sending them new inventory. But an interesting fact is that from January to June this year, 63 Taycans were sold in Australia, a 33.7% decrease from the same time last year, when 246 examples were sold. More money than sense is the sole answer. If you're going to spend a lot of money on a Porsche, get at least a 911. You can be confident that your investment will be rewarded with low depreciation. Now let's get our heads to some issues related to EVs. There's an apparent belief that a whole fleet of electric cars and trucks will be seamlessly integrated into the electrical grid without the need for enormously costly infrastructure changes. They forget about all the new gadgets and ways that will use electricity. With this comes another major issue, the charging of the EVs. Can the electric vehicle market recover from all of this? We're not sure. More and more people are discovering that EVs aren't an improvement over ordinary cars, but rather a significant step backwards in terms of practicality and convenience when compared to traditional gas vehicles. That's all, guys. How do you feel about the EV revolution? Can these luxury giants adjust their strategy and electrify the market? Do let us know your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to our channel for more information.